Hey, coming up right now, a self-driving taxi nightmare turns into a near miss, all at the airport.
Also coming up, it's a new year, and that means a new round of health warnings.
A little bit later on, word has it that a Friends star, I'm not sure who it was, could actually be in the middle of a divorce scandal between a former president, which I'm not sure who it is.
Ooh, really? Daily Flash starts
No, I'm just
right
itching my chin.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your host, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hey everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I am Mitch English. Hey, look, it's you guys. The Daily Flash. We got Sweet Baby over there. All right. How are you? You got a man bag.
Oh, you finally transitioned.
I finally transitioned. I got a man bag.
Is
I
that,
had too much stuff.
Christmas?
No, it's just something. It's leather though.
Was it a Christmas present?
No, actually, I demanded it. And
I like
It was
it.
a me present.
Yeah.
What flea market did you get that at?
I didn't get it.
That's a Tommy Hilfiger, man.
What?
That's Tommy Gear.
Hey, good job. I like it. I like
do
it a lot. And I'm glad that, see, we need people like James wearing it, so when I wear it, I don't look.
That is true.
That's a merce.
Yeah.
No, it's a man.
No. You can't pull that off.
I gotta give you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's television's answer to Anna-Gata DeVita, Mr. Matt Doolittle. How are you, baby?
Guys, I got to ride in a Cybertruck finally.
Oh, and?
I like it.
It's pretty cool.
What?
It's pretty cool.
Did they go? Did
This
it drive
is breaking
sideways?
news.
I didn't do the sideways, but we went really, really fast. It was.
It takes off quick, doesn't it?
Oh, it you feel like you're in the future in the thing.
Wow.
I felt pretty cool.
Okay. Did you drive it? Just ride it?
I didn't drive it. I rode in it. I don't want the insurance. I was like, nope. I get in some cars. I'm like, I don't want to drive this.
Gotcha.
I've been in like Lamborghinis and stuff, and they're like, oh, you want to drive it? Nope.
No.
And then what happens? Somebody dings it that night in Miami.
Yeah.
You got in your first Cybertruck. Welcome to 2025.
Yes. Yes.
You made that's it. They are fun though.
They're
aren't they?
fun.
They're
They're
goofy
fun, but-
looking.
I think they look neat.
Well,
I like them.
My 13-year-old says, he goes, oh gosh, I can't remember what he exactly said, but I'll probably throw it off. But he goes, they're just basically a driving parallelogram or something like that. And I was like,
I can see that.
And then I go, oh yeah. What's a parallelogram? But he's like, whatever you use.
Quick,
Is he a
geometry
Minecrafter?
101.
He used to be, yes.
Okay, because that's where they believe the truck looks like a Minecraft car. So a lot of kids are like, oh, it's a Minecraft car.
I can dig
see
that.
that,
I can
yeah.
see that. Well, good, Matt. You seem happier.
One of the
Changed
ride.
him.
Because let's get you a Cybertruck.
Look, he's got a leather bag. I'm riding in Cybertrucks. It's 2025, y'all.
Wow, we've turned a page.
And then quick, I want to mention, so I got a new bag. The reason I asked if that was for Christmas is I got a new bag, right? In my new backpack, which is, to me,
And you
my
get all
backpack's
disheveled when you get new things.
Yeah, so much so I left.
I know you. I've known you for 20-something years, and
Yeah.
I know the minute you get something new, you're gonna because I'm the same way. But so you're like, I didn't do the thing.
I'm more excited. What is it? I'm more excited about selling the sizzle than the steak, meaning, this should be practical. And I
Yeah.
forgot everything in it. And I forgot all my vitamins this morning. And so I'm not taking my vitamins.
Well, because you're a creature of comfort, I think, and you know where certain things go, and if you've got a backpack, you know exactly where all the compartments are. And what you
Form
need.
has to go
Yeah.
with practicality.
Exactly.
So agreed. All right.
You've got a 13-year-old.
I do. Great kid.
And other kids in your entire family. Have you ever allowed your kid to go on a vacation with another family?
Yes, actually I have.
Now, did they send you a bill after?
No, and if they would have, they would have been very, very surprised at some of the things I would have said.
So
Wow,
check this
okay.
out. A mom
Tell me about
posted
this.
on Reddit that her daughter was invited by a friend to go on a vacation to Costa Rica. So she's like, great. The mom says she was shocked, though, when her daughter returned and she received a hefty bill for the hotel accommodations and the rental car.
Wow.
The rental
The
car?
rental car.
What, they charge your mileage?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, about 15.
She's been around.
Yeah, about $1,500.
Wow.
Yeah,
1,500.
and the mom goes to Reddit to just discuss it. She's like, I'll end up paying it, but I just thought it was really inappropriate. And I think it brings up the conversation is like, Is it an invitation? If so, are there expectations? And those things should have been discussed ahead of time.
I was going to say, that's where I had said. Now, if it was just up for the child, I'm going to say it was a daughter that said this.
Teenage daughter.
Teenage girl, let's say that. So teenage daughter goes, hey, my friend wants me to go to Costa Rica with us, yada, yada. Kids don't tell you all the details, so I can understand that. However, as a good parent, if you're taking my kid out of the country, I would want to talk to the other parent, say, hey, where are you going? Where are you staying? What will you be doing? Yada, yada. So there had to have been a conversation going somewhere.
Exactly.
I would hope.
This mom said, in the past, she's taken other people's kids on vacation. Never did she call the parent after the fact and say, okay, here you go. Here's your bill for flight, hotel, food, etc.
That's crazy.
Now, if you send your kid on a vacation, by all means, you should send them with extra spending money to take care of incidentals, even like offer to pay for dessert or dinner or something to show your gratitude to the host family. But to charge for a rental car and hotel accommodations seemed a little cheap to me.
I want to know what this girl is like, because they probably had intentions of like saying, all right, we'll pay for it. And they go, this girl was a nightmare. Her
name's definitely Mackenzie.
Maybe if she ruined the cab, I don't know, or destroyed a hotel room, maybe that was their way of justifying some reimbursement.
Well, they would have gotten an easy pay payment plan for me if I was the parent. I go, sure, I'll pay you back, no problem at all, $10 a month. Let's move on now. We'll go to Los Angeles, where a dude there nearly missed his flight because he say a self-driving taxi just started going circles in the parking lot. We even got video. Check this out. Customer said that he had no way of actually stopping the car. He even called customer service for help while he was traveling inside a Waymo, which is actually a self-driving Jaguar. Most of the no, I'm serious. They're Jaguars. Eventually, the company was able to stop the auto cab, and the passenger made it to his gate just in the nick of time. Traveler told reporters that he works in the tech industry, and despite his experience, he wants people to see that services like Waymo do succeed, but he has no plans to use it in the future ever again. That would be scary.
You said it's a Jaguar?
Yeah, most of them are Jaguars.
That explains it.
Running around in circles. I had a Jaguar.
I'm sorry, but the rumor has it.
They don't make them like they used to. Let's say that.
Okay.
About Jaguars. One thing, you remember I had mine. I loved it. But, okay, so as far as this goes, is that, the guy's got a good attitude about it, is that we're not there yet with autonomous driving. Still scary stuff, and he caught it in the car. And I'm not sure why they use Jaguar as Waymo. I know they're big in San Francisco too, but you'll see them driving around all the time. I'm not sure if I'm ready to get into a totally autonomous car.
I think we've got those, I think they're called beeps, and they're like little minivans that are self-driving at a couple of the shopping malls. Okay. And then there's, I think, one further south in one of those planned communities.
Still can't do it, man.
Yeah, me neither. I agree.
It's too freaky. I got to be in control.
It's a new year, and with it comes a new round of health warnings. The latest comes from the former U.S. Surgeon General, who called for cancer label warnings on all alcoholic beverages before leaving his post. The request follows new reports citing a connection between alcohol consumption and an increased risk of developing breast, colon, liver, and other cancers. Another recommendation made by the former government top doc is to increase education about the health risks associated with alcohol consumption. It is unclear if or when the warning labels will be added. The decision to update warnings will ultimately be made by the new Congress.
So they also should put on there, may cause pregnancy or something, right?
May cause bad decisions.
Right. And I think in California, they already have maybe a state law. My wife was over there. She said, she goes, look at this. She was over there and she took a picture, and they already had that out there talking about it could lead to cancer and that.
My question is that really effective? Is somebody going to stop and read the warning label and say, I better not have that cocktail?
In England.
Over in Europe, they have all the diseases on the packages, and I never saw more people still smoking in my entire life than still in Europe.
And don't they put horrible looking lungs and
it's like aborted fetuses and lung cancer and
they show the images of
because they say it causes birth defects and all that, so they'll put that on the package, and it's the whole size of the package.
But again, does that stop anybody?
They call them different names over there too.
But if they're going to do this on, if they're going to do this on alcohol bottles, is it going to be behind the bar? Or are they going to put it on the cups when they hand it to you?
Usually behind the bar. I think you're right. There's going to be a sign, but it's not going to stop you. And first off, you're not going to be able to read it because you don't have your beer goggles on. Whatever. So I don't see. You know what? Let them do it. If you, I mean, if it stops lawsuits, because you can see people suing cigarette companies, alcohol doesn't want to be the next vice that goes away.
I suppose so, but I
just
mean,
saying.
it's just another huge cost and an expense for these companies have to put new warning labels on booze.
I mean, it's one more step, right?
More reason to make your own bathtub gin, in my opinion.
Very nice. And
Yeah.
your recipe, spot on. Love it. Hey, we got more Flash coming up in just a few.
Yeah, if you've invited to babysit during a family vacation, we want to talk about that. Are you going for fun, or are you being brought along just to watch the kids?
nanny.
Yes,
That's a
we've
good
got
question.
that coming up.
We have more Flash coming up around the corner. Stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back to Daily Flash. Mitch English along with Andrea Jackson and my buddy Matt Doolittle. It is time to get Flash.
Yes.
This is the time of our show where we actually get questions from you, the viewer, and then we share our reactions.
Okay, each one of us gets about 15 seconds to sound off on the story, and we want you at home to go to our socials, share your comments. Okay, guys, you ready for the first one? Okay, here we go. One viewer asks if she should get flash for refusing to go on a family vacation just to be used as a babysitter for the family. She says, quote, I'm the youngest of my siblings and have no children. I was asked to go on a family vacation that includes my nieces and nephews and pay an even share of the costs. On the trip, my siblings want me to babysit all the kids while they go out and have fun. They say I should take care of the kids in order to give them a break. Should I get flash for passing on the vacation and going somewhere on my own?
Who do we start with?
Go for it,
Me?
Mitch.
All right. Well, first off, I think it's great that she's standing up because a lot of times the little kid, the youngest in the group, they all automatically have to do whatever. And if she feels this way, I would say 100% don't go, because if you want to make it to where every other vacation you babysit, then go ahead and do it, because it's always going to happen.
I think if you unknowingly go as the babysitter. So on my first family vacation with my new family, my nephews and my sister-in-law, I didn't know that I was the inherited babysitter because my wife stayed in the cabin reading the whole time, and I had to make sure that everybody else was like.
And how'd that make you feel?
It was fine. I mean,
So you have no issue.
I had no issue with it, and I think if you're going along, at least you're involved with your family.
Since I know you, Matt, I'll expound on this. Is that Matt and I travel the country a lot, and he has to babysit me, so he's used to it. Right?
It turns into therapy sessions.
Right? Yeah. Now, Jackson,
And no problem sitting at the kids' table.
No.
Okay, yes.
You become the favorite uncle then.
Yeah.
Except for my
That's true.
knees, they're a little.
Yeah, that is true, yeah.
And then your thoughts, Jackson, on this? It seems
I think that if they're paying for the vacation and you're going along,
okay, sure.
then I think there is a certain level of expectation that they're probably expecting you to do that. And I think there's a familial obligation, so to speak.
I would give you that.
Yeah.
But if you're paying your share of it,
Then
No,
I
if you're
would
paying
say
your
no.
way- if you're paying your own way,
Yeah.
no.
I say she should go on her own vacation.
I think she'll probably enjoy it too. And I'll also let them know, hey, I'm not the little sister anymore.
Exactly. Next up, a viewer writes, should I get flash for getting upset after my boyfriend mentions he's attracted by all beautiful women multiple times a day? My boyfriend follows a lot of famous girls on Instagram and some pretty girls he knows in real life. He says, I'm the love of his life, but his actions suggest otherwise to me. He gets upset with me because I'm upset with him messaging a young woman at work. I've told him multiple times how this makes me feel. She asks, am I the one who's paranoid, or do I have a right to be upset?
Matt?
So I've never agreed on having a work wife or work husband type of scenario. I always think, and if he's messaging someone that's younger,
Yes.
that's where it starts. If you're following like celebrities on Instagram or whatever, I mean, we have to do it for our job. But I think if you start messaging and sending DMs, that's where it gets a little.
I think the key to that whole message was just like, I told him how it bothers me. And so, then he needs to make that decision there. I think that, first off, one thing is when, my wife, Liza, is that she talks about the hot chicks most of the time. Like, I'm looking at them, thinking it. She goes, "Oh, she's really hot," or "She's real pretty," or whatever. And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I don't think she would care, but I want to revert back to where I said, if she has a problem with it, obviously it's an issue. Now, as a woman, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Well, it's tricky because I think that there is a certain level of appreciating somebody else's beauty and attractiveness and following celebrities on Instagram or Facebook. Yeah, whatever.
I tell him he's handsome all the time.
Well,
You're so
this
sweet.
is true, both of you. But if you're doing something that's in secret, that you're
There's a good
not
point.
being upfront about, which would be messaging
When you're
somebody
sliding
at
in the
work,
DMs.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That
That's a
I
good
think
point,
is an
yeah.
issue. That I would have a problem
You
with.
know, and I think it also would allow an opportunity to build even more trust. You say, hey, I'll just use you as an example.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm letting Andrea know about yada yada. I was talking to her about this. You know, Liza wouldn't give a crap. She's like, all right, but she would also establish it saying that, hey, this is what I do. If I know that could cause some issues, and that's what we're doing.
And I think boundaries in this kind
Boundaries,
of
sure.
situation is important. I mean, visually, yes, everybody's going to be stimulated by something, right? There's no question about that. But I think when you take that step, you know, a little bit further and you're involving someone else in a conversation that you're not sharing
Yeah.
with a wife or a girlfriend, that's a problem.
Like my wife's always like, oh, Timothy Chalamet's kind of cute. And I'm like, that's not even close to me. So you're into that?
So do you all have a hall pass? Like, is there a hall pass? Have you had that
Scarlett
conversation?
Johansson.
Okay, Mitch?
Mine was, well, you know, Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore,
Yeah,
right,
Drew Barrymore.
right.
I always have.
Or David
But
Letterman.
now, or David Letterman. I'd go on a date with him right now. And I can't forget, I always forget her name, the small Latino girl. Thank you. Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek.
I can't remember her name, and Hugo goes,
that's-
it's Salma
that's-
Hayek.
that's
And
everybody's hall
he
pass.
said it to me. He knew exactly what I was
Penelope
talking
Cruz
about.
is another one.
There's it.
She's gorgeous.
The only thing about her is I don't know if I can have a conversation with
that
her.
is
It's
true.
hard.
But
I have to
Salma Hayek
listen.
you would.
Salma Hayek.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care what she's saying.
Okay, here's another question for you. Do you let your wives know the passcode to your phone?
Yes,
Yeah.
mine knows.
Okay,
I know, and I know hers as well. She hand no, which is weird to me. She'll hand me the phone and say, "Hey, can you?" She's driving. Can you find text yada yada?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you don't care. You know?
When we got married, I gave
You're
her
always
a whole,
afraid what's going to pop up when you.
When we got married, I gave her a whole list of my passwords, and I said, "Here, you can go look at whatever you want."
Really? Okay.
I didn't do that, but if she asked for a password,
Yeah.
I think it's important to do that.
I do
You
too.
know, I mean,
The trust factor.
I don't like it when you share Facebook profiles. I think
That's a
creepy.
weird one. Yeah, I got a couple
agree
friends that
with
do
you.
that.
Yeah.
That's weird to me. Just put one person's name on it, because if you have one person, you have no problem what you're saying to both. of them,
That
right?
backfired on me, you know, in a previous relationship.
well, the
where
Facebook-
I was checking messages and something popped up that I was not supposed to see, and he and I went separate ways.
Well, it's good.
Yeah, which
You're
was,
in a
you
better
know,
situation.
In
now,
a better
aren't you?
situation.
I love
yeah.
hearing that. We got more Flash coming up around the corner, and this is one of my favorite segments. We're going to be talking to John Graham. What did I just eat? And this time, I understand it's all junk food. And since we're
The
talking
whole shebang.
the whole shebang, yeah, which you'll find that out, which I love is
And
that
if you're watching us in prison, you might like one of the items too.
if you are, yes, then you let it. What I love is the fact that I get to eat junk food, and I don't get yelled at by
Yeah.
my wife, who
Nobody else-
trusts me
We won't tell
that I
him.
won't eat too much.
this
Thank
time.
you. That'd be one thing we'll hold back from. Hey everybody, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English alongside Andrea Jackson. We're here in the Daily Flash kitchen. It's 2025 and that means a new year of weird foods.
Yes, and we are joined by our favorite weird food guy, John Graham, from ThatGuyOnTV.com.
I was afraid she was just going to say weird guy.
Well, that's later. But still, John,
Weird guy pause.
you guys always bring in some of the coolest stuff, John.
Yeah.
Take us through
Yeah,
what
and
you got.
we're
for
deep into
2025.
junk food this time. Nothing really healthy on the
Very
table here.
nice.
So first we're going to start off with the whole shebang potato chips. These were originally only available in prisons.
Get out of
And
No.
then people got out of prison. They said, "Oh, I missed the whole shebang potato chips."
Come on.
So now, actually, I got these in 7-Eleven.
The prison
So here, give them a
chip.
try. It's kind of 4 flavors in one. So have you ever heard of all dressed potato chips? It's a Canadian thing. It's 4 flavors all in one. It's sour cream and onion, salt and vinegar,
That's good.
barbecue, and ketchup, which is a popular flavor.
I can
These
taste the
are
ketchup.
heavy on the vinegar. When you say.
100%. I love
Oh,
that.
I love
Yeah.
these.
And the name shebang in prison, all in a potato chip. I love that. All right, good stuff there. I like that.
Oh,
What
and by
else?
the way, because they're for prison, kosher and halal too.
Oh, well, I'm glad you know. I'm glad they're kosher.
And we got a little Valentine's Day coming up in a bit. We
Yeah.
got some. This is the Reese's Red Velvet Peanut Butter Cups. Here, I'll let you guys grab a couple right
you go.
there.
Jackson.
They're very much just basic peanut butter cups, but what is red velvet?
still eating my shebang
red
potato
velvet
chip.
started out as buttermilk and a cake mix with the chocolates, and that's what turned it red. Now it's really just food coloring and a little bit of vanilla.
Oh, really?
So the thing about Reese's peanut butter cups is it's all in the ratio. Some people like the peanut butter cups. Some people really want
see
the
it.
hearts or the Easter eggs or the Christmas trees because they're all just peanut butter and chocolate, but the ratios are different. And that's kind of like this. It tastes like a Reese's peanut butter cup, just
Yeah.
maybe a little different.
You get a little bit later, huh?
It reminds me of those Christmas peanut butter balls. that
Oh,
certain
yeah.
people make. It has
That
that
makes a lot of sense, yeah,
flavor
yeah.
to it.
Yeah, I get you don't get a whole lot of the red velvet in that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what is red velvet really? It's just a little vanilla.
Right.
Yeah.
I always thought it was made out of beets, and that's not the case. All right.
So this is a Cheetos that hasn't been on the market for 20 years. They brought it back for the Super Bowl. This is cheese pizza Cheetos puffs.
Oh my gosh.
So tear into them.
All right, and,
It's just cheese, tomato, Italian spices, and oregano. It's not a bold flavor like I expected, but it's the kind of thing that'll get addicted. You eat one, and then you go, I think I'll eat 7 more, and then half the bag is
pretty
gone.
soon everything you touch is orange.
No, I'm into the shebang. I don't care for these.
Okay, fair enough. Well, here, let it grow on you.
Okay.
We'll move over to Pepsi, Wild Cherry and Cream Pepsi. This is a new flavor from Pepsi. They say it's going to be a permanent flavor. Which is funny because they had a wild cherry soda and they had a vanilla
remember
cream
that,
soda, and now they brought them both out together. This reminds me very much, there's a trend now of a dirty soda, which is, it started in Utah. Like instead of a coffee shop, you go into a shop and you get a soda, and then you put the syrups in it, flavored syrups, and maybe milk.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. Okay.
Yeah,
Because it
The
doesn't have the
cream comes
sharp
late.
edge. Like
No, it
the
doesn't.
cream part kind of mellows it out.
I think we're going to start seeing more of these. That's how Dr. Pepper wound up becoming number 2, is because they started offering all these different flavors and keeping them around too. So I could see this actually happening.
Okay.
I'm
And
a
I
Dr.
understand.
Pepper man.
I'm a Dr. Pepper man as well. But Coca-Cola is supposed to be coming out with an orange cream one, and they got rid of their spiced, I think. Was
Yeah,
it?
well, actually, the Coca-Cola, funny enough, just got rid of their cherry cream soda, Coke.
And so
Pepsi brings one out.
they're actually smart. It's smart because if there's people that like it,
Have you had the Coca-Cola with the coffee, the espresso?
Yes.
Oh my.
it's pretty
I
good.
haven't had that. I remember there was one 20 years ago called Coca-Cola Black. It was in little bottles, and that was a Coke.
This one you
coffee.
can get in the little cans, and
Okay.
it's Coca-Cola coffee espresso,
Makes
and
sense.
it's
Yeah, I've
phenomenal.
had it before.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
A new Oreo called Oreo Loaded. Now, this is really just the mega stuff, but they
Holy
put like it's
cow.
cookies and cream. The filling has little bits of the cookie
how
in it
thick that
as
is.
well. Yeah, for me, I like weirdly the thins. They started in Japan because the Japanese tend to we like things much more sweeter than other countries. So they finally gave those to us. But these are basically mega with little chunks in it.
And basically, they screw up and then put the messed up part back into the white cream. Is really what it is, right?
Yeah, sure.
That's all that is inside there. All right.
Well, you know what the filling is in Kit Kats?
What's that?
The rejected Kit Kats. They grind them up.
Is
and that's
it
what-
really?
Yeah.
No way.
The flavor of Kit Kats is just Kit Kats.
What they call them meta instead. All right.
And last one, Vlasic pickleballs.
All right.
You know, when people started playing pickleball, the food scientist said, I have an idea.
We got a name.
So these are basically cheese puffs, but they're bright green, and they taste like dill pickles.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, I buy these. These are
I'm
really
into
good.
this.
I found them first at Costco late last year, and then they were at 7-Eleven for a little while, but they're very popular. I actually had to order these from Amazon because they were out of my local stores.
Wow. These
It
are
just
good.
says
I love you holding it
garlic,
up.
onion, vinegar, and spice. Now, it's weirdly, I taste a little bit like rye bread, but
Yes.
I'm wondering if that's just because I
yeah.
associate them with delis.
No, you're right. I do taste that a little bit.
No, you're right. Wait, once you say John's always really good at that, like
Yeah.
finding those flavors. Is like, that's 100% exactly what it is. I love it. And are these available outside of Amazon?
Oh, yeah. It's just, they happened to be sold out in my area.
Okay. Really cool stuff
These are
here.
good.
I love the prison thing here. Is the prisons making the money off of this?
No, I
I'm
mean,
serious.
this one, no. I'm sure the company is just making,
Not the Vlasic pickles is not the. Oh, by the way, yeah, that's not the prison one. That's
Yeah.
the
The
prison one.
shebang one.
the whole shebang.
Shebang one.
I
Actually,
like
and they
the
even
shebang.
they make one that's even bolder. I don't have those right now. And I haven't
A
seen those.
bolder shebang.
I've
the
seen those
federal
only
prison.
through the whole shebang website.
It's called
that
death.
Yeah,
It's called
I don't know if
death
they're
row.
extra.
Death
or
row.
both, yeah.
Actually, it's a great idea. John, we love it when you come on. You always come
Thank
in some
you,
of the coolest
John.
stuff.
Always great to see you guys.
And we look forward to finding all those other weird products that are out there.
Yeah, to see all of these great food items John comes up with, check out his website, thatguyontv.com. You can
me.
also head to our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Alrighty, thanks so much. We got more Flash coming up around the corner. Don't go anywhere. We love having you right here on Daily Flash. I'm getting more of these
Pickleballs.
Pickleballs.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
Yes, he is. I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
So glad to have you here. We got today's trends, tomorrow's talk here. We're going to be taking care of you in just a second. Some stories about Jen Anderson dating somebody. Stick around for that.
Oh, yeah.
The
that's
inauguration, did you watch it?
I did. I was transfixed.
It was
I
pretty
really was.
cool.
It was really neat to see everything inside the Capitol Rotunda, too.
Which was ironic, if
Yeah.
you think about where that place was stepped just 4 years ago. But Carrie Underwood performed.
Was she not incredible? Like, I have chills just thinking about it.
She did such a fantastic job, and everybody thought, well, okay, in case you didn't hear about it, there was technical issues. They stood there for a long time. And
Awkward
and
silence.
when you're there and you're like, you got all these presidents behind you, and you're standing there, that probably felt like 4 hours of her standing in front. You know what I'm like when you're waiting? Because they were just waiting for the sound to play, which was weird because first off, they had the Navy Glee Club there. Why didn't they just sing?
I don't know. Like the band, like she was waiting for the track to.
As production people, also, could you just hear a director screaming in someone's ear going,
no, 100%. I was thinking somebody was yelling so loud about that. Okay, so Carrie Underwood did it, wound up going and sang it a cappella, and wound up doing a fantastic job. Not only doing that, but united everybody.
Yes.
And they all sang together, which was good. And it seems like I wish we would have done that in the first place.
I know.
It was really,
I wasn't
really
a huge fan of hers,
Same
in
here.
general, but then when I saw her and how beautifully she handled that situation, then, her voice was just spectacular. She didn't need a backup, recording or soundtrack. I thought it was amazing.
So, all right. So she wound up, because of that, people are like, oh, Carrie Underwood, people much like yourself.
Yeah.
She now has 3 top 10 albums on 2021's
really?
My Savior, which was a gospel album, is number 1 on the gospel charts. 2014's Greatest Hits is at number 2, and then her 2012 album Blown Away was in it at number 9. So it did really well for her, and she had a lot of controversy. People were like going after, like, how could you? And again, we're not picking what side of the political fence here. People were going after her, saying, how can you do that? It doesn't matter.
Dumb.
You're doing it for the office.
Exactly. You're doing it, because somebody's invited you to do it, and it's a very special occasion, regardless of party. It's just amazing.
And the YMCA and Village People said the same exact thing. If Village People can be that.
Snoop
Dogg performed
And they all said, look, we didn't vote for him, but it's the inauguration. That's the feeling we should have.
It goes back to that famous quote by Michael Jordan, Republicans buy tennis shoes too.
That's
so you
a good
have
point.
to consider that there are people on both sides of the aisle that can appreciate your music regardless of your
Matt, is that
political
true?
stance.
It is very true.
Matt buys a lot of
Michael Jordans?
Michael Jordans. All right.
Friends star Jennifer Aniston speaking out following claims she is in a relationship with former First President Barack Obama. 55-year-old Aniston denying rumors that she's romantically involved with the 63-year-old former president. Speculation about a possible divorce between the former first couple has been swirling for months within certain D.C. circles. Fuel was added to the gossip fire when Michelle failed to attend both Jimmy Carter's funeral and Donald Trump's inauguration, leaving Barack to attend the event solo. During a recent appearance on the Jimmy Kimmel Show, Jennifer, though, denied all the rumors. You can deny all you want, but I have heard this rumor for quite some time.
Oh, have you really?
And from people who are on the inside.
Whoa.
Yes.
I had no idea about that. That's the first I got.
Heck of a Friends episode.
Yeah, it does, right? Talk about a guest star. That would be on the
Is that Adam Sandler's next movie?
I'm dating the ex-president. I did notice it was weird when Michelle wasn't there at the inauguration. And, there's the lip reader on social media.
Yeah.
She said that when Barack came up and talked to George W. Bush, George W. Bush, now this is again what the lip reader said, how can we stop this?
I did hear that, And I think jokingly, like,
Cutting up.
It was kind of fun. Trending news, entertainment, we got more of it coming your way right here. Today's trends, tomorrow's talk.
KSA Entertainment is dedicated to uplifting the communities we serve. Through KSA Cares, we're bringing awareness to the causes that matter most, supporting those who work tirelessly to make a difference. From honoring veterans to championing environmental responsibility, KSA Cares is committed to inspiring positive change. At KSA Entertainment, we're here for the stories that bring us closer. Innovate with us. We can make a difference.
Welcome back. In this week's Help My Home, we call on our favorite home improvement guy, Gator. He's here to help you out with your tub drain, your car, and snowproofing your work boots.
Hey, this is Gator with a few easy hacks to help you help your home. So I'm going to show you how to change the drain on your tub, okay? I made this little demo so you can see what I'm talking about. This will be your tub. You'll have a drain like this. You even have an overflow up here. You can change that cap as well. This is what it looks like behind the wall. You won't see that. You could have brass, could be PVC. could be galvanized, could be a number of things, okay? But this drain actually screws in here. So if you look down the side of here, you see this little plus section, and there's like a little hole in the middle, and that's where your stopper would screw in. And a lot of times those pieces will get rusted or broken and it doesn't work out and you can't get your stopper in there. So you need to get a tub drain wrench. These things can get any hardware store. It's got two sizes for both size drains, okay? And it's got notches on the end. You set it down in here like this until it locks on there. You can put a wrench on here and you just unscrew this. Now this one's got holes for a screwdriver and you can just unscrew this thing just like this. Now yours might not come out quite that easy, but it will come out. And then you just kind of keep turning it like this and keep turning it until you get this whole thing out of here just like that. Now you can go to your hardware store, take your old drain with you, get a new one to match it just like this. It'll come with a stopper and everything. You get your little bit of plumber's putty, okay, and you roll it around in your hand like this until you make something like that, and you just wrap it around the inside of your drain just like this. You reinstall it. Now when you get it installed back in there, you'll see some putty will kind of squeeze out. You can just take your finger, just kind of wipe that off and clean it all out and make sure that it's plenty tight so it doesn't leak. That's all there is to it. All right then, next. WD-40 will absolutely clean your vehicle's paint. It'll take spray paint off your vehicle. It'll take bugs off your vehicle, road grime. If somebody opens their door and dings the side of your vehicle and leaves a little paint mark, it will take that paint off your vehicle. It will not hurt the paint on your vehicle or your clear coat. It only removes secondary paint, which is the paint on top of the paint that's already there. So we're gonna go over here to my old riding lawnmower, put some paint on there, and I'll show you how it's done. This is an old riding lawnmower I just had down here. It doesn't really work anymore. So we're gonna put some blue paint on here for obvious reasons. Blue spray paint. We'll come back in about 10 minutes, see what it does. Now while I'm waiting on this to dry, I'll just show you guys a little sample of what this WD-40 can do, okay? It'll clean this thing right down to the brand new paint. All right, it's been about 20 minutes actually. So I'm gonna take my WD-40 and some Bounty paper towels and we're gonna see what happens. So we're gonna spray the WD-40 on there. Just kind of let it sit for a second. Take your paper towels. Look at that. Start to give it a wipe. I mean, it comes off of there like it's nothing. Take you the clean cloth, buff it on out, and you're done. All right then, next. WD-40 snow tips from Florida. That's right, Florida. If you spray your work boots with WD-40, just like this, it'll waterproof them for 2 or 3 days. Snow won't stick to it. None of that stuff. Perfect. You got any outdoor stuff? Gate hinges, hinges on your doors to your shed, anything like that? This is going to help keep the ice off. It's going to de-ice it. It's going to make it work a lot better. A lot of this stuff's frozen shut. Your gates won't even open. This is going to take care of it. WD-40 on your outdoor stuff. If you want to keep your padlocks from freezing up or even de-ice them, the best way to do this is with some WD-40. Just like this, spray it right in the lock hole. It's going to keep it from icing up. Soak your shovel with WD-40 just like this. Then when you're shoveling your snow, it's not going to stick to your shovel. It'll make your job a whole lot easier. All right, then. Next! Be sure to catch my home hacks and more right here on the Daily Flash.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. Real estate and cryptocurrency, they're actually two of the hottest topics that are affecting the lives of Americans. So what should be your plan of action if you have any kind of interest in these two fields? Well, joining us right now to talk about it is Paul Lizelle. He is the crypto economist, and we welcome you to the show. Paul, first off, cryptocurrency, there's so much that people don't understand, but there's also so much of the aspects of real estate we don't understand. And now that we have a new presidency with Donald Trump, he's got a proposed cryptocurrency deregulation we keep hearing about. How actually will this affect the overall stability of what is being called the digital currency market? And what is the digital currency market as well?
Cryptocurrency, the digital market is blockchain technology, which is, it's basically a part of the fourth industrial revolution, right? It'll be the new things to usher in crypto digital currencies. We had the third industrial revolution, which was automobiles, right? Back in the 40s and 50s. This is the next one. And President Trump wants to make that based here in the U.S. So he's trying to create all kinds of regulations to make U.S. the hub of it for the world.
Is it safe to call like this is the Wild West right now when it comes to finance? Because this is a new introduction of a way to pay for things and that sort of thing and money. Is that safe to call it that? I mean, because there's new regulations.
100%. It is the wild, wild west right now in digital currency. So it's a great opportunities to make good money as well, especially here over the next 4 to 5, 6 years as things become more friendly. The biggest thing that he's going to be doing, and here he created the executive order to it, is to allow banks to hold cryptocurrencies. Now they can actually hold them so people don't have to hold them themselves in their cold storage wallets or on a hot wallet.
Okay, and we're all talking about like the cloud when you say hold it, because this is something that's not tangible. Basically, it's just a number of letters and numbers put together. Let's talk about this new deregulation. How's that really going to, what's actually going to happen to coins, like say maybe Bitcoin, stable coins, Dogecoin, those sort of things?
We're going to see a huge burst because his first plan is, this is huge, right? This is a once a lifetime opportunity for investors. He's going to make it so US-based crypto companies, when you sell that crypto, you pay no capital gains tax. This is literally a once in a lifetime opportunity. So if you're getting 2x, 3x, 5x, 10x on his returns, you're paying no income tax on that. So it is truly a once in a lifetime opportunity. And for banks to custody it allows grandma or people that aren't comfortable with holding a seed phrase, password, or afraid of losing all that stuff, allows the banks to custody it for people. So it really, I mean, what he's doing is revolutionary, and it's hopefully going to push us and bring a ton of jobs here. Good tech jobs, right? And also, it's also going to boost real estate as well.
Okay, let's talk about that. How is it going to boost real estate? Is it because there's more availability of money? Are people will be making money, or will the two work together? Or how is the government involved?
Ends up two working together because he wants to make a digital backstop, right? A digital currency to backstop the US dollar. So he's going to use Bitcoin, Cardano, XRP. These are a bunch of US based cryptos, right? He's going to use them to backstop the treasury. So if inflation goes and these things rise up, it helps stabilize the dollar. But at the same time, he's going to devalue the dollar by reducing interest rates, right? Or that'll bring the dollar down. That'll bring the 10-year treasury down, T-bond down, which is what interest rates are based off of, mortgage interest rates, which will then boost the real estate economy as well.
Okay. Well, Paul, let me ask you this question. I mean, how effective those things that we just talked about as far as those measures, how's that going to make home ownership more affordable for Americans? Because that's the bottom line, right?
It is, because the prices continue to go up, and real estate went up around 5% last year nationally. Different markets go up or down, obviously, a little bit here. But if you reduce the rate, you're reducing the monthly payment, because people are buying things based on a payment, right? So they're buying at what it costs them per month. Can they afford it with taxes, insurance, and this monthly mortgage payment? It's amazing. When you drop rates into the around 5.5% range, you open up around 16 million new buyers that can now qualify.
Well, there's so many more questions that we have. It's still basically people have a better understanding as well. I appreciate you kind of working the two together, because we do know if real estate prices are going up or down, it does affect the economy and that sort of thing. So I appreciate your thoughts on this as well. And we'll have more questions, of course. And if you want to find out more information on crypto as well as real estate, you can head to our website at dailyflashshow.com. We'll have this interview there along with some links and so much more. Thank you, Paul. Really appreciate you joining us here. What do you got, Jackson?
Mitch, thank you. Check this out. A California man surprised his girlfriend with a marriage proposal after he found their engagement ring in the rubble of the LA wildfires. Brian McShay and Stephanie Rayner stopped by what was left of their home to see if they could recover any items. They beelined it for an area in the rubble where his desk was located. Brian said he kept the ring hidden in a drawer, hoping to find it. And lo and behold, he was able to uncover it. He decided to propose right there on the spot. No date yet, but the couple says they plan to stay and rebuild.
Burn in love. Like that. If there's any kind of good thing from that.
I love from
hearing
the ashes.
Yeah, from the ashes. I love that. And be able to find it. What a small miracle that is.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's really, really cool. I love hearing that. All right, well, they're not the brightest bulbs in the box, and their ignorance actually comes at a high cost. The adult babies of Gen Z say they don't know how to, get this, change a light bulb.
Come
Not
on.
joking. A psychologist from NYU claims this kind of deficiency is actually a result of the digital age. Researchers found that nearly 25% of Gen Z have no idea how to change a light bulb in a ceiling lamp. And many said climbing a ladder to get there was just too dangerous. 1 in 5 also worried that the bulb would be too hot and they'd rather pay somebody else to do it. Experts say Gen Z spends about $1,500 a month every year hiring professionals to do basic household chores, which I sometimes agree with because then I have somebody to blame. But a light bulb, it seems like that should be pretty easy. But they also, if you think about it, they grew up in the LED world, where, light bulbs aren't necessarily what I mean, if you think about it in our lifetime, light bulbs have changed. You can't get they quit selling the kind of light bulbs we had back in the 90s and everything.
Is true.
Everything's all LED now.
Yeah.
But even still, it seems like you should know how to. It's almost like a joke because like how many yada yada does it take to change a light bulb?
How many Gen Zers does it take to fix a light bulb?
And
I don't know. They've got to hire a staff.
But when you ask somebody that question, I would imagine, and I'm kind of defending Gen Z here, it's like, okay, a light bulb, what is their interpretation of light bulb? The light bulb you and I think of, like, the round bulbous thing at the top, is a light bulb. But to them, it could be a light strip, LED, you know what I'm saying?
It could be my ring light.
And it could be your ring light. Would you know how to change your ring light?
I wouldn't know how to change a ring. I just order a new one.
You order a new one because it's cheaper and easier that way.
Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
I like that. Good
a woman has revealed how she navigates life with her 4-foot-long acrylic nails.
4 foot?
Gross alert. I'm just going to warn you right
Ew.
now. The nail enthusiast explains how she loves to decorate her nails with 156 charm attachments. Despite the length, Mariah says she has no problem doing daily chores and taking care of her kids, including a newborn. Oh, wow. She even admitted to using her nails as cooking utensils.
That's disgusting.
Stirring dishes in the kitchen. Her followers couldn't help but notice a dark-colored substance underneath.
There always is dirt.
How do you do the thing that
goes to the bathroom. We're talking about using the bathroom. That's you got to have a stick, I guess. We're trying to get that out of your mind and talk streaming for the weekend after this.
Please get us out of this.
Hey everybody, before we head into the weekend, we always like to give you our picks for streaming for the weekend. This is where we tell you something you got to check out on your local streaming services. We start off with Andrea. What's your pick?
Oh, you know what? I love a good documentary, especially
a
good sports documentary. My pick for the weekend is Aaron Rodgers' Enigma on Netflix.
I'm trying to beat back Father Time and the expectations.
Aaron Rodgers ain't for everybody.
Rodgers has shared controversial and crazy conspiracy theories.
It just feels like you're either for him or against him.
He's such a fascinating guy. I had misconceptions going in, I'll admit it. And then watching it, you kind of get a better understanding of who he is.
It's going to be interesting when he retires and he can actually tell a lot of the stories. Because even on Pat McAfee shows, he's
his brother being on The Bachelor and that sort of
thing. He does address that in the documentary.
Yeah. Okay,
it's interesting, yeah.
Alrighty, well, my pick, and this is one of the greatest TV shows out there, it's Severance Season 2.
Everything they told you about Severance is a lie.
I give consent to sever my memories between my work life and my personal life.
All right, it's Severance Season 2. It's on Apple TV Plus. It's Ben Stiller is backing it. He's directing it. If you guys have seen any of their conversations, that hallway scene alone took 6 months to shoot. Wow. They did a thing on Vanity Fair online where they talked about it.
I think I saw that.
And then he talked about it more on Conan's podcast. It's just amazing.
It's an interesting show. It's very slow to start off, but you say
it's a slow burn. It's a slow burn, but the payoff is my wife and I have
different.
Notes. We take notes.
All right, my pick out there has been out for a while. I just got a chance to binge it and watch all 3 seasons. It's a family show, sort of. At least it's about a family that's lost in space.
What is that?
It's okay.
Well,
he's with me.
Danger Will Robinson, indeed. Lost in Space is a Netflix series about a family crash lands on an alien planet after their spacecraft sabotaged. The series is actually a reboot of the 1960 sci-fi classic of the same name. It's also neat to see little Will Robinson there grow up. I've never seen a kid grow this tall. It starts off, he's about 2 feet shorter than everybody. At the next season, he's 2 feet taller.
Stranger Things, isn't it?
Yeah, Stranger Things. There you go. Y'all take care. See you when we look at it.